What up, guys? Your boy, Mr. Downtown Ray Melo. You're listening to the Entertainment Report on iHeartRadio, live from Dubai for Tuesday, January 16th, 2018, delivering some major stories and trends going on in the world of entertainment and beyond. You can follow the show on Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram. Facebook.com/The Entertainment Report with Ray Melo. That's RAYMELO. On Twitter at The Enter Report, or on Instagram at The Entertainment Report. You can listen to the show anytime you want on iHeartRadio. Just go to iHeart.com or your iHeart phone app, search for the Entertainment Report, and it'll take you to the page. The first two episodes of Season 2 of The Handmaid's Tale will be available for streaming April 25th on Hulu. Subsequent episodes are expected to be released every Wednesday for 11 weeks after that. The series stars Elizabeth Moss, Joseph Fiennes, Yvonne Sharonowski, Shamir Wiley, Alexis Bledel, Ann Dow, Max Mingaglia, Madeline Brewer, O.T. Fagbenlane, and Amanda Brugel. Hulu said in a news release the show's second season will be shaped by Offred's pregnancy and her ongoing fight to free her future child from the dystopian horrors of Gilead. The synopsis says, Gilead is within you is a favorite saying of Aunt Lydia. In Season 2, Offred and all characters will fight against or succumb to this dark truth. Season 4 of the zombie apocalypse drama Fear the Walking Dead is scheduled to debut April 15th on AMC. The cable network said in a news release, in Season 4 of Fear the Walking Dead, we will see the world of Madison Clark, played by Kim Dickens, and her family through new eyes, the eyes of Morgan Jones, played by Lenny James, joining the story from the world of The Walking Dead. The character's immediate past mixes with an uncertain present of struggle and discovery as they meet new friends, foes, and threats. They fight for each other, and against a legion of the dead to somehow build an existence against the crushing pressures of lives coming apart. There will be darkness and light, terror and grace, the heroic, the missionary, and Craven, all crashing together towards a new reality for Fear the Walking Dead. This will be the first time a character from The Walking Dead, which takes place on a later timeline on the East Coast of the United States, will appear on the West Coast set Fear the Walking Dead. Season 3 of Into the Badlands is slated to kick off April 22nd. It finds Daniel Wu's warrior character, quote, living off the grid, doing his best to provide for his infant son Henry in the wake of Veal's death. The cast of the futuristic feudal drama also includes Nick Frost, Emily Beecham, Stephen Lang, Orla Bradley, Laureline Toussaint, and Eleanor Matsuura. Entourage alum Kevin Connolly is to direct several episodes of Snatch Season 2, Crackle announced. Production on the second season is to begin this month in Malaga, Spain. Returning cast members include Rupert Grint, Luke Pasqualino, Lucian Liz of Count, Doug Ray Scott, Phoebe Danivier, and Juliette Aubrey. Alex de Rakoff is the head writer and showrunner. This news release says, in Season 1 of our upcoming and hustlers stumble on a truckload of stolen bullion, sending them into an insane criminal spiral and the world of organized crime. In this upcoming season, the team is on the IM, and what begins as a well-deserved vacation quickly becomes a face-off with the local kingpin, another thrill-a-minute fight to save their fortune and ultimately their lives. Connolly starred as Eric Murphy on Entourage for 8 seasons. He directed episodes of that HBO comedy, as well as his previous sitcom Unhappily Ever After, and the films Whatever We Do, Gardener of Eden, and Dear Eleanor. Paramount Network, previously known as Spike, has announced the premiere dates of its upcoming slate of programs, starring Michael Shannon, Taylor Kish, Andrea Riseborough, John Leguizamo, Melissa Benoist, Paul Sparks, Shea Wickham, Roy Culkin, Julia Gardner, and Cameron Mannheim. The 6-part fact-based program Waco is to debut January 24th. The miniseries will air ahead of the 25th anniversary of the federal siege and 51-day standoff at cult leader Dave Koresh's Branch Davidian compound in Texas, during which 86 people were killed. Heathers, which is billed as a pitch-black comedy anthology series based on the 80s cult classic film of the same name, will begin March 7th. The ensemble for the contemporary young adult show includes Grace Victoria Cox, Melanie Field, Brendan Scannell, Jasmine Matthews, James Scully, Shannon Doherty, Selma Blair, and Casey Wilson. Shot on location in Utah and Montana, the epic drama Yellowstone is scheduled to start January 20th. It was directed and written by Taylor Sheridan, whose credits include Wind River, Hell or High Water, or Sicario. It stars Kevin Costner, Wes Bentley, Kelly Riley, Luke Grimes, Cole Hozier, Kelsey Asbill, David Annabelle, Danny Houston, Kill Birmingham, Josh Lucas, Jefferson White, Gretchen Mole, Jill Hennessy, Patrick St. Expired, Ian Boham, Heather Hammonds, and Devin Richards. The synopsis reads, Costner stars as John Dutton, who controls the largest contagious ranch in the United States under constant attack by those in borders, land developers, Indian reservations. It is an intense study of a violent world far from media scrutiny, where land grabs make developers billions and politicians are bought and sold by the world's largest oil and lumber corporations. When drinking water poisoned by fracturing wells and unsolved murders are not news, they are a consequence of living in the new frontier. It is the best and worst of America seen through the eyes of a family that represents both. Production is to begin in April on Season 2 of Agatha Raisin, a mystery drama starring Ashley Jensen. Acorn TV made the announcement Monday during the streaming service's Television Critics Association Winter Press Tour. A news release says, based on the MC Beaton's best-selling novels, the series follows a London PR whiz turned amateur sleuth who becomes entangled in mischief, mayhem, and murder when she opts for early retirement in a small village in the Cotswolds. The show's new episodes are expected to air later this year. Other returning cast members include Matthew Horn, Matt McCooley, and Katie Wicks. Shane Murphy, the managing director of Acorn Media Enterprises, said in a statement, after our success with co-producing several critically acclaimed Acorn TV originals, including Love, Lies, and Records, striking out in Agatha Christie's The Witness for the prosecution, we're thrilled to bring back our first original series as our first commission. When the UK broadcaster chose not to renew it, Acorn decided to step in and fully commission the show itself in order to keep this terrific series going for our subscribers. We're excited to make it our first official full commission. We look forward to announcing several more commissions in the coming months. More than 330 episodes of the Chicago medical drama ER are now on Hulu. The streaming service debuted for the show, which ran 15 seasons. The series, which won 23 Emmys, initially ran on NBC from 1994 to 2009. Cast members over the years have included George Clooney, Anthony Edwards, Noah Weil, John Stamos, Maura Tierney, Scott Grimes, Eric LaSalle, Linda Cardinelli, Alex Kingston, Goran Vizinek, Mikhail Pfeiffer, William H. Macy, and Juliana Margulies. He said in the news release, it was such an honor to be part of that show. I was very lucky to have worked with so many writers, actors, and directors, all at the top of their game. Most importantly, I've made friends for a long time. I'm excited that it will be finally streaming on Hulu. Oscar-winning actress Mira Sorvino has joined Crackle's drama series Stardust for Season 3. Sorvino will play Rebecca Strutt, an NSA special agent who has come to investigate ArcNet and will do whatever it takes to have ArcNet partner with the government. The streaming service says in a news release Sunday. Production on the 10 fresh episodes is now underway in Puerto Rico. Returning from last season are Adam Brody, Ron Perlman, Edith Cathley, Tamara Memorero, and Addison Timlin. Crackle said in a statement, Season 1 of Startup centers on the world of cryptocurrency. In Season 2, the focus was on the cost of ambition, and we watch as our three unexpected comrades cross the line in order to get back what was taken from them. In this upcoming season, those same three friends will be fighting it out for power in 10 explosive episodes and will be threatened by what might be the most dangerous criminal organization of all, the U.S. government. Sorvino is a Harvard graduate and an official ambassador for the UN on human trafficking. Her film credits include Mighty Aphrodite, Reservation Road, Quiz Show, Summer Sam, and Romy and Michelle's high school reunion. The actress made headlines last month when filmmaker Peter Jackson said powerful producer Harvey Weinstein told him while Jackson was pitching the Lord of the Rings movies in the late 1990s that Sorvino and Ashley Judd were a nightmare to work with. Judd and Sorvino are among the numerous women who have accused Weinstein of sexual harassment and abuse over the past few months. Sorvino tweeted in response to Jackson's comments, "Just seeing this after I awoke, I burst out crying. There it is, confirmation that Harvey Weinstein derailed my career, something I suspected but was unsure. Thank you, Peter Jackson, for being honest. I'm just heartsick." Television personality Kat Deeley has announced via Twitter she's pregnant with her second child. Deeley tweeted Saturday, over the moon to share that Melo is going to be a big brother. Can't wait to be a family of 4 in the spring. We're all so excited. Deeley is known for her work of hosting the competition series Stars in Their Eyes and So You Think You Could Dance. She's been married to comedian Patrick Keatley since 2012. Their son Melo turns 2 this week. Dolores O'Riordan, the lead singer of the Irish rock band The Cranberries, has died in London, her publicist said Monday. She was 46. Her representative told the BBC in a statement the musician was in the British capital for, quote, a short recording session. The statement said no further details are available at this time. Family members are devastated to hear the breaking news and have requested privacy at this very difficult time. The band is known for its hit 1990 songs Dreams, Linger, and Zombie. It had toured for part of last year but canceled numerous dates due to O'Riordan's medical reasons associated with the back problem. O'Riordan, who was diagnosed with bipolar disorder, split from Don Burton, her husband of 20 years, in 2014. They have 3 children together. The Independent newspaper cited police as saying that they are investigating the death of a woman in her 40s, though they did not confirm her identity. The death is being treated as unexplained. And a related story, fans and artists from around the world paid tribute to Dolores O'Riordan following the announcement of the Cranberry singer's death at the age of 46 Monday. Pop star Hozier tweeted, "My first time hearing Dolores O'Riordan's voice was unforgettable. It threw into question what a voice could sound like in that content of rock. I never heard somebody use their instrument in that way. Shock and sad to hear of her passing. Thoughts are with her family." Caitriona Balfe, the star of Outlander, posted, "For my 13-year-old self, with my Doc Marten boots and lyrics learned to Zombie, Dolores O'Riordan was the epitome of cool. What an amazing voice and performer. Such sad news. Thoughts to her family. R.I.P. Dolores O'Riordan." James Corden recalled, "I once met Dolores O'Riordan when I was 15. She was kind and lovely. I got her autograph on my train ticket, and it made my day. She had the most amazing voice and presence. So sorry to hear that she passed away today." My Doyle Kennedy said, "Oh, Dolores, so sad." Ruby Rose wrote, "Incredibly sad to hear that one of my musical idols, Dolores O'Riordan of the Cranberries, has passed away. I felt honored to have been able to cover one of their iconic songs in Pitch Perfect. Devastating." Julian Lennon offered R.I.P. Dolores, thoughts and prayers to family and friends. Her bandmates said in a Facebook post, "We're devastated on the passing of our friend Dolores. She was an extraordinary talent, and we feel very privileged to have been part of her life from 1989 when we started as the Cranberry. The world has lost a true artist today." Earlier in the day, the band's website announced the sad news. The message read, "Irish and international singer Dolores O'Riordan has died suddenly in London today. She was 46 years old. The lead singer of the Irish band The Cranberries was in London for a short recording session. No further details are available at this time. Family members are devastated to hear the breaking news and have requested privacy at this very difficult time." And now let's take a look at what happened on this date in entertainment history. On this date in 1938, Benny Goodman brings jazz to Carnegie Hall. Jazz has been called America's classical music, a label that does more than just recognize its American origins. The label also makes the case that jazz is worthy of aesthetic consideration along music usually thought of as classical. In the current era, when programs of Duke Ellington and J.S. Bach often draw the same highbrow crowds, that argument hardly seemed controversial. In the 1930s, however, the notion was almost laughable, which is what made Benny Goodman's January 16, 1938 concert at New York's famed Carnegie Hall so revolutionary. Goodman and his supporting cast claimed a new place for jazz on the American culture scene that night in what has become to be seen as the most important jazz concert in history. Benny Goodman was at the absolute height of his legendary career when his publicist first suggested they book Carnegie Hall. He was a star on radio, on stage, and on film, and the label King of Swing was already attached permanently to his name. So outlandish was the suggestion that a jazz band might play inside the citadel of American high culture. However, that Goodman is said to have laughed off the idea at first. Once he warmed to the notion, however, Goodman threw himself into the task with characteristic passion. In addition to numbers from the regular repertoire of his own band, which included the legendary Harry James on trumpet, Lionel Hampton on viophones, and Gene Krupa on drums, Goodman planned a program featuring a brand new 20 Years of Jazz piece and an extended jam session featuring stars of the Duke Ellington and Count Basie orchestras. The concert sold out weeks in advance, with the best seats fetching $2.75. It would be another decade before anyone who was not in the audience or listening on the radio that night would hear the famed concert. All recordings of the show were presumed lost until Goodman's sister-in-law came across a set of acetates in 1950. By then, the performance had already become the stuff of legend, particularly the stunning unplanned piano solo by Jess Stacy on Sing Sing Sing, the evening's final number. The album, made for the recovered acetates, became one of the first 33 one-third LPs to sell over 1 million copies. The eventual discovery of the aluminum studio mastering recordings led to the high-quality CD reissues in 1998, 2002, and 2006 of the legendary Carnegie Hall jazz concert. Also on this date in 1942, Carole Lombard is killed in a plane crash. On this day in 1942, the actress Carole Lombard, famous for her roles in such screwball comedies as My Man Godfrey and To Be or Not to Be, and for her marriage to actor Clark Gable, is killed when the TWA DC-3 plane she is traveling crashes en route from Las Vegas to Los Angeles. She was 33. Gable and Lombard met in 1932 during the filming of No Man of Her Own. He was just starting out on his trajectory as one of Hollywood's top leading men, and she was a talented comedic actress trying to prove herself in more serious roles. Both were married at the time, Gable to a wealthy Texas widow 10 years his senior, and Lombard to actor William Powell, and neither showed much interest in the other. When they met again 3 years later, Lombard had divorced Powell, and Gable was separated from his wife, and things proceeded quite differently. Much to the media's delight, the new couple was open to their affection, calling each other Ma and Pa, and exchanging quirky, expensive gifts. In early 1939, Gable's wife finally granted him a divorce, and he married Lombard that April. In January 1942, shortly after America's entrance into World War II, Howard Dietz, the publicity director of the MGM Film Studio, recruited Lombard for a tour to sell war bonds in her home state of Indiana. Gable, who had been asked to serve as the head of the Actors Branch of the Wartime Hollywood Victory Committee, stayed in Los Angeles, where he was set to begin filming Somewhere I'll Find You with Lana Turner. Dietz advised Lombard to avoid airplane travel because he feared for its reliability and safety, and she did most of the trip by train, stopping at various locations on the way to Indianapolis and raising some $2 million for the war efforts. On the way home, however, Lombard didn't want to wait for the train and instead boarded the TWA DC-3 in Las Vegas with her mother, Elizabeth Peters, and a group that included MGM publicity agent Otto Winkler and 15 young Army pilots. Shortly after takeoff, the plane veered off course. Warning beacons that might have helped guide the pilot had been blacked out because of fears about Japanese bombers, and the plane smashed into a cliff near the top of the Potosi Mountains. Search parties were able to retrieve Lombard's body, and she was buried next to her mother at Forest Lawn Cemetery in Glendale, California, under a mark that reads Carole Lombard Gable. Hysterical with grief and adrift in the empty house he shared with Lombard, Gable drank heavily and struggled to complete his work on Somewhere I'll Find You. She was comforted by worried friends, including the actress Joan Crawford. That August, Gable decided to enlist in the U.S. Army Air Forces. He spent most of the war in the United Kingdom and flew several combat missions, including one to Germany, earning several decorations for his efforts. He would remarry twice more, but when he died in 1960, Gable was interred at Forest Lawn next to Lombard. And that was your entertainment report for Tuesday, January 16th, 2018. I'm your host, Mr. Downtown Ray Melo. I'll be back tomorrow to deliver some major stories and trends going on in the world of entertainment and beyond. You can follow the show on Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram. Facebook.com/The Entertainment Report with Ray Melo. That's RAYMELO. On Twitter at The Enter Report, or on Instagram at The Entertainment Report. You can listen to this episode or any previous episodes of The Entertainment Report anytime you want on iHeartRadio. Just go to iHeart.com or your iHeart phone app, search for The Entertainment Report, and it'll take you to the page. Good night, and God bless you all.